Star Wars fans. Hey, did you know there's just 224 days until Christmas 2021? This morning we're going to watch the Bad Batch together. I've got it all set up here with the timer in front of the video as we've done the last 2 weeks. And I've got the headphones in so that the audio won't come through. Just a couple of notes today. I've got a toy review coming up. We've got a vintage collection, Boba Fett. We'll be opening this in a little bit and reviewing it. And then we'll be, after we get done with the viewing, we'll talk about it. We'll visit together a little bit. And then this afternoon on my Discord, we'll be talking about the latest Thrawn novel. We've got a bit of a book review, book club kind of thing going on, and we're working our way through that novel together. For today, we'll be up to chapter 10. So if you've read that novel or you're just interested in what's going on, please feel free to join us in the Discord, and we'll talk about that Thrawn novel. So I don't want to belabor too long. I want to kind of get into it. I haven't seen this yet. So somebody was asking me how I got that timer on there, and I lost that message. So I don't know how to find it. I'll keep looking. If I find it, I'd be happy to tell you. There's an application you can download. It's called My Stream Timer. Pretty straightforward. And it kind of has instructions on there how to get it in. And then I use OBS for all the layering here. And you'll see I've got up today my Bad Batch bingo card. I have not been having a lot of luck filling in this bingo card. So we'll have to just see how long it takes through the season to fill it up. I'm just a couple short of getting a diagonal bingo. We need Coruscant and Fennec Shan down here. But other than that, we'll watch this together. We'll fill in the bingo card. We'll react as we go, and we'll see what happens. Hey, good morning, Luna. I don't know if it's morning or afternoon where you are, but thank you for joining. Good to see you here. And with that, let me get the timer ready, and then I will hit play and start, and we can watch this together. All right. All right, here we go. Oh. All right, and I know this is a shorter episode, 28 minutes. And we don't get that voiceover start anymore. We didn't really have it with the first one. Replacements. We get the military drumming in the background. This is episode 3, Luna. Oh, the gonk droid's laying down. Oh, that's funny. Oh, rations are low. Wreckers. Oh, Omega's offering his. I like how protective he is as a kind of father figure. Hunter's being a good dad. I like that. Yeah. I saw that, Luna. Yes, the gonk's name is Gonky. That's hilarious. Working on being able to oh boy. Oh, this isn't good. They're trying to figure out how to deal with the inhibitor chips. Uh-oh. You suppose that maybe if they can figure out how to deal with those inhibitor chips, maybe they can bring Crosshair back. Maybe that's their motivation. And of course, we don't know about Cut LaQuain. Oh, there goes Gonky. Oh, ow. Oh, we're going to be fine. Uh-oh. Wow. Is it over indeed? So this is Storm. Crosshair's weapon kit. Now they're being all sentimental. Yeah, they're talking how Crosshair's actions are being. Oh, Omega knows about the inhibitor. That affects their actions. Really trying to figure out how much of Crosshair's actions are he's responsible for. Oh, okay. We're back on the cloning facility. There's Crosshair getting another treatment. Oh, we still have Tarkin there. Oh, there's Rampart. We're getting a Hasbro figure of this guy. Interesting. Project War Mantle. Huh. A new commander, new recruits, but they're still using. So it looks like maybe we're going to keep the facility as a training facility, but just not have any clones. Ooh, an elite squad. Elite squad of what? Oh, these are recruits. I'll use the clones to train the recruits. Who's the new commander? They haven't showed us yet. Is that going to be Cody? Very curious. I don't know. Oh, we've got little animals on this planet. Got breathers. Or this moon. Apparently, it's somewhat temperate. It's not too. It's not too cold. It's got gravity. Of course, that's why they landed there. Something up above him. Gotta watch. You can hear it. This echo. Oh, creepy there. Got some creepy music and ominous kind of setup. Uh oh. Oh, big scratches. Mm, big scratches on their hull plate. Uh oh. Don't take their. Oh man, they need that. It just took the capacitor they replaced. No. Record knocked his head. There's a critter out there, or several critters. Oh, now you might get your first look at it. We hear it. We know it's there. Yeah. Ordo Moon Dragon. Oh, something's affecting Wrecker's head. I think it's probably his inhibitor chick giving him a headache. I don't think he did knock his head. I think it's inhibitor chip bothering him. Is she going to have a weapon? Omega wants to go. They're going to make Wrecker stay. What's got to? He's really complaining about his head hurting. Mm. The Empires. The Empire at least has some stability. And he says the Republic, never really cared for him. That's been a problem. Willing conscripts. Oh, I'm going to send him to fight Saul Guerrera. Let's see. Boy. So she's watching and mimicking. Watching and mimicking. She doesn't know what she's doing exactly, but she's watching and mimicking. Yeah, we still don't know what her enhanced skill is. I liked her positive attitude about things. Hey, Stormy, good morning. Oh, it's afternoon for you, but thanks for stopping in. Crosshair's in charge of the unit. Oh. He's not just your regular clone guy. New recruits aren't too big of fans of the clones. Okay, here's Saul Guerreras. There we go. Oh, see, they're good shots too. Hey, McNay, hello there. Trying to stay spoiler free. Okay, we'll catch it later. Thanks for stopping in. Happy Friday to you, my friend. Uh-oh. You can see it, but also suspicious, like, where is the creature that took it? And is this a nest? Do we have children? What's the deal? Oh, it's big. There it is. Oh, big old lizard. Dragon. They call it a dragon. Gotta get the mask on him. Levi, hello. Thanks for stopping in. Have a great day. I'm about halfway through. Exactly halfway through. 28 minutes, so we're 14 minutes in. Oh, now she's going to take the gun. All right, let's see how this goes. Is she going to jump down the hole? Oh, boy. Pretty dark in there. Here she goes. Oh, boy. Oh, go. She's got a light. Back on Saul Guerrera's camp. All right, the bulk of them are getting away. Crosshairs there. Oh, he just shot the pilot. Of course. Vision Screen. Hello. Hello there, Vision Scream. Thanks for stopping in. They're looking for Guerrera. Oh, assassinated her right on the spot. Yeah, crosshair. That's some civilians. Oh, even the conscripts. Oh, man. Crosshair ain't messing around. Good soldiers follow orders. But they have to be lawful orders. And that's the problem. You know, assassinating civilians is not lawful orders. Oh, man. Just killed the civilians. That ain't good. Oh, there's a tail. No. What's this? A bunch of odds and ends that have been stolen. Empty canisters and such. Where's our dragon? Is it? Or is that an old one? Are you going to shoot it or not? All right. Hunter come through and he doesn't know where Omega is. Of course, she jumped down the... Yeah. Going to use his tracking. Figure out... Uh-oh. Yep. Huh. She's cowering. Is she figuring out something? So... Huh. She's figuring out something. She didn't shoot it. It doesn't like light. Light's fine. Oh, now it's absorbing the power of that flashlight. She's going to trade it for this and make a run. But it's drained. I don't know that it's going to... I think this dragon's already sucked all the power out of it. Again, she shows a little bit of intuitiveness, right? Like she can sense like emotions or energy coming from another being. Yeah, because Crosshair shot your trooper. Whoa. Huh. BJ the web guy, hello there. Oh, still need to watch. Hey, thanks so much. I really appreciate the support. Thanks for stopping in. I hope you enjoy the episode. We're still working our way through it. So thanks again. Rampart. Kaminoans. Yeah, we have a problem with that genetic material. What's the next phase? What experiment? What are we using? Come on. Not sure what's going on there. They've got some sort of experiment going. They're trying to come up with a new source for genetic material. Crosshair. So here we go. Well, we got off world. We've only got a couple minutes left of the episode. It's interesting. Is his head still hurting or no? I'll bet he's made a bedroom for her, right? So Hunter at the beginning was saying she doesn't even have her own room. She doesn't have her sleep. So this is probably what? I don't get it. Oh, yeah, it's got a curtain. There'll be a room. Nice. She's got his stuffed animal. Wow. All right. What an interesting episode. We've got good character development there. It's fascinating to see what's going on Camino. And it feels like at least this season is going to hinge on Camino quite a bit. They need to figure out how to get the conscripts in, how to get them trained, to get them to be comparable with the clones. And of course, the Caminoans don't want that to happen at all. So let me see. Let me stop this, and we can shut this down so that we don't worry about any more. I don't want to have to worry about the copyright strikes and all that. So there we go. We can stop the timer. We can stop. There we go. We can stop this. Turn all of that off, and then we can have a little visit here and talk about the episode. So Camino, the Caminoans are up to something, right? They're definitely working on a project. There was talk before about how Omega, nothing. The Caminoans don't do anything by accident. Everything's planned. And the Caminoans are definitely trying to work on a new base genetic material for another wave of clones. And it appears that they've got a set of clones that they're watching, testing to see if maybe one of those can be that new genetic material, or they need to go find another host, another Django, so to speak. So maybe it's really curious to see how that's going to play out, what the Caminoans are up to. They're definitely being secretive from the Empire. That's the Caminoan way. They have their own way of doing things. But I also thought it was interesting that Tarkin wants to use Camino as a training facility and use the clones to train the conscripts. That, I think, is fascinating as well. We've got a lot of interesting things going on here. Star Wars Tonight. Hello. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you stopping by. We may be talking some spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. But I suspect by now, folks dropping in have seen it. They maybe have already watched the live show with another channel. So I was just looking at the bingo card here. I don't think I picked up anything this this episode. I've got "This is going well." I don't remember them saying that. We got the 18 quote here. I love it when a plan comes together. I'm hoping that happens eventually. The cavalry has arrived. Again, that's sort of a nod to the 18. And then we've got some other stuff here. So really kind of watching that bingo card. It's not doing too well, but I suspect by the end of the season, this is going to end up being a season card. And we'll see how many of these things fill out, if we get the whole card filled out, or if there's some holes. So this will be fun to keep up with through the season, and we'll include it every week. So there you go. Until it's full, we'll have to see how that goes. So Let me just turn some stuff on here, and we'll get the background in. So, you guys, what did you think of the episode? I saw earlier that I got to pull it back up. We got a good comment back here that Luna, the 3 eps of the Bad Batch show make me love the Bad Batch more than their arc in season 7. They're doing a really good job. I love the character development you see here, and there's still some question about Omega. There's really 2 big questions that I have about her that we're waiting to see how they get fulfilled. One is she age enhanced? Will she age rapidly like the clones do, or will she be more like Boba Fett and age naturally? That's the first question, and I'm really curious about that. The second one is she force sensitive? Again, I tend to lean towards no on that because I think that she's going to have some sort of enhanced ability. And with the other clones, they have enhanced abilities. Enhanced abilities doesn't mean force sensitive. So I think that she's going to have an enhanced ability. And we've been speculating, does she have a little bit of an ability to see somebody else's ability and mimic it? Is she a mimic? Is that her ability? She's enhanced where she can mimic others. We see her here with as she is following with her father figure guy. He's tracking, right, and she's tracking. She doesn't know what she's doing, but she's mimicking him, copying him. I still see that she has empathy, really, really high empathy. And that's the word I've been looking for and haven't been able to come up with it. I think perhaps her enhanced ability is empathetic. So that might be the best explanation for why she says, in that first episode, I know what you're going to do, and that sort of thing. She also seems to have, with this dragon, she seemed to be able to sense something going on with it as well. And I think it might, again, be some empathetic enhancement. So that's my thought. I think she is empathetically enhanced, and that allows her to kind of connect to other people, beings, creatures, and sense what's going on that will help them later. And then as far as it goes with, and I saw this brought up as well, that she had never used a blaster rifle before, and she was so accurate with it. And I asked the question, how do we know that she's never used a blaster weapon before? I think that we should have every expectation that she's been trained with ranged weapons, blasters, rifles, blaster pistols, blaster rifles, the bow that we eventually see her use, and those kind of weapons. I would suspect that since a very young child, she's been training, just as the clones train. She was probably training as well. She's very informed on the chips, the inhibitor chips. She said that's what they're designed to do. She understands what they're designed for, and that would again go to what how she was raised there on Camino. Her mother figure there was part of the medical community, right? Had a medical job, and then Omega, of course, is overseeing. Just her life experience gives her exposure to these things, and so she understands what's happening. Nothing's like magical that she just happens to know these things. She knows them because of how she was raised, and it makes sense. It fits into her character. Yeah, Ducky, it's interesting. They almost implied that Crosshair misses his buddies. Yeah, I think that, and Omega brings this up several times, like, hey guys, it's not his fault that he's doing what he's doing. That inhibitor chip controls his actions, controls what he does. And that's definitely what we see happening. And we also see that I thought at the very, very beginning, where you see Tech is trying to understand that inhibitor chip and come up with a way to block it. I also think that Wrecker, he was complaining about his head hurting the whole time. I think that inhibitor chip is messing with his head, giving him a headache, a bit of a migraine. And perhaps as Tech is figuring this stuff out, he'll treat Wrecker, cure him of his migraine, and then figure out how to disable inhibitor chips from other people using some sort of tech device, right? And when they meet Crosshair again in the future, he may be able to disable that inhibitor chip, and we'll see Crosshair come back into the fold. So that's what I'm really wondering about. Ducky, if she is a master mimic, then she may become a master saber user too. If she sees Caleb or another Jedi, that could be true. And we'll see how that plays out. Again, is she a master mimic, or is she enhanced with empathy? I think that perhaps it's enhanced empathy, and that allows her to sense what others are feeling, what they're thinking, not to read minds like a Jedi, not to use force to delve into somebody's mind and be able to tell what they're thinking, but rather the empathy, the enhanced empathy helps her that way. And if you think about just in broad strokes, the females tend to be more empathetic than males. Here she's a female with enhanced empathy. It would make sense why she's female, so that they could enhance the empathy in even greater degree. Again, I'm not trying to say males can't be empathetic. Absolutely can be. Santa tends to be overly empathetic sometimes, and I can get upset because somebody else is upset, that kind of thing. But females as a whole, right, just talking in broad strokes, tend to have more empathy than males. So that's what I would say there. So again, I think this was a great episode. We're expecting some things to happen. Oh, no, I don't know that we saw anything from the previews that applied directly to this episode. I thought it was quite telling that Crosshair and the conscripts, right? So those elite soldiers, Crosshair was willing to assassinate the civilians. And for me, that reminded me the opening sequence of The Force Awakens, where the troopers come in and just completely obliterate the civilians in that town. And it very much kind of hearkened to that. And so even though the conscripts were saying, look, I'm a soldier, I'm not, here to kill civilians. And then of course, Crosshairs like we good soldiers follow orders. And having been a soldier, know that as soldiers, you follow orders without question. However, they have to be lawful orders. You follow lawful orders without question. You go into combat, and that's kind of a critical concept to make sure that orders are being followed, and they use a lot of training to make sure that soldiers understand where that is and how to execute orders without question, to do them if you have superiors, but you also have to do lawful things. And that's why there's, articles of war, there's, laws in place. And apparently that's the case here as well with the conscripts, right? They're recruited to be soldiers, and Crosshair, that inhibitor chip, makes him so that he's willing to kill civilians. That's it was a bit jarring. I think again, we talk about how Star Wars is primarily aimed towards children, but we get some very mature kind of scenes here. This episode even had a good bit of as I mentioned as we were watching it, creepiness. Right? The music, the tone, like the intensity of the scenes were kind of high for really small kids. Could have caused them to be scared. You got that dragon running around, which I thought was really cool. Like that dragon a lot, a lot. And then I'm curious to see when we get the slavers. We saw in the previews the Tigerians that came from the Clone Wars animated series. They show up when you get that baby's I want to say Sarlacc, but not baby Sarlacc. It's a baby. No, I can't remember its species. But anyhow, those scenes that we see in the previews and Omega to get her bow, we haven't seen that happen yet either. So hopefully we get that soon. I would love to see another preview trailer come out. We already have preview trailers, so I'm curious at this point to see what the title and summary of the next episode is, to see if it's going to be when we get our Tigerians. I would expect that it will be soon, because the trailer, that's really one of the only pieces we haven't yet seen. And of course, Fennec Shand on Santa's bingo card. I've got Fennec Shand on there. So let's just take a look at my bingo card again here. I'll bring it up and we can look at this together. At the top row here, I love it when a plan comes together. And again, that's just a callback to the A-Team. And we, of course, we think that the Bad Batch is the Space A-Team. And so I would expect to see that. Hey, Mark, just got free from work. Hey there. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you, my friend. Mark's critical to this channel's success, and appreciate you being here. So I love it when a plan comes together. Grogu and Mace Windu. We've been, there were the early from Kessel Run transmissions, KRT. They mentioned that we will see Grogu as a part of the Bad Batch, and that a well-known Jedi is going to save Grogu. Well, so we've got Grogu and Mace Windu on this top row, in expectation that will be part of the season. And then we have Yoda in here as well, because Yoda will most likely show up at some point in the series. And at some point, it's possible we might see Yoda save Grogu. So I've got Mace Windu and Grogu, Yoda and Grogu in different cross patterns here. So then this is going well. Again, another A-Team reference. Wookiees and Kashyyyk. This goes back to Order 66 and seeing Yoda on Kashyyyk when that was given. And so it's sort of this connection to Yoda. Will we see Wookiees and Kashyyyk? Rex, in the last episode, they mentioned Rex. We thought perhaps they might catch up to him in this episode, but their shuttle was so severely damaged they couldn't get there. So now the shuttle's somewhat repaired and they're back on path. So we'll see if they catch up to Rex, perhaps the next episode. The next row starts with Anakin showing up at the temple for Order 66. Again, that's just thinking about Grogu being saved, and perhaps we would see Anakin show up here. So and many of these are wishful thinking kind of things, not leaks or rumors. This is just a fan who loves the show, having fun, going through and getting that. Coruscant, the trailer seems to show them on a well-developed city and some of the underneath parts of that. So perhaps we will see them on Coruscant. Oh, Mark, next week they go to Navarro for repairs and leave Omega at school. Oh, the timeline's messed up for that. And that was hilarious, though. Right? There is no school on Navarro at this point. The school comes way after, but that's funny. Very good, Mark. Nice inside joke there. I've got a bad feeling about this. Comes again from the A-Team. The Cavalry has arrived, a bit of an A-Team reference. Cody. So here's one of the thoughts that I mentioned even during this episode when they talked about their new commander was going to be there. It ended up being Crosshair. I wondered if it was going to be Cody. So we've been wondering, might Cody show up in the season? So that's on my bingo card. And Fennec Shand, we know she's going to be in the season. Just when? Oh, I don't know. So I think my best hope of a bingo on the card is with Fennec Shand and Coruscant getting filled out to finish the diagonal. And then the last one is a swoop bike gets flipped, a la A-Team. So we've got several A-Team references on my bingo card. That's sort of just, again, it's a fun thing that we're doing just to help with the season predictions and that kind of thing. Ducky, Snow Elf Troopers. Oh, so we talked about when we get monetized and we have channel memberships, what will our member levels be? When we talked about having snow troopers, so that fits in really, really well. Snow troopers, and that part of membership will be at like your 1 year membership. We would send you an autographed snow trooper from Santa that you could have. So we'll give those away as part of channel membership, as a benefit of being a channel member. And we also have some other it was fun to see those first stormtroopers, right? And notice that they had very accurate shooting, because these are elite soldiers that were recruited. So it was interesting to see. When we also mentioned once we get monetized and we have members, we will have monthly giveaways of toy giveaways. So something that I've already reviewed, something that we've seen, I will do a giveaway. And normally, what happens when I order a figure. And again, most of the figures I have are vintage collection. I do have several Black series, and maybe we'll do more of those as well. But when I order these figures, I normally order two, right? One to open and review, the other to leave boxed and in the card, on the card. So what we will end up doing is giving away these figures so that I don't just keep accumulating more and more figures. I don't want to end up with a whole basement full of figures, and kind of keep a rotation going. So this will be another thing we do as part of channel membership. Every month we will give away some, and that comes when we get to 4,000 hours. When we get to 4,000 hours, we're going to have a special giveaway. It's this Black Series Jar Jar Binks that we've already reviewed. We got Black Series Jar Jar. And again, I kept the boxing for that as well, and I'll send those out as well. So yeah, Elf Troopers sounds so fun. Yeah, thanks, Stormy. Yeah, that's what we were going to plan to do. Ducky, the one trooper claiming that the Republic never bothered to pay, feed, house. I'm curious about how bad the Republic may have been. Right. So there was a lot of. That's why the Republic keeps failing, and the by the time we get through the prequels, you notice that they're frustrated with the government. It's largely hamstrung. It doesn't do anything, and mentioning that they never bothered to pay, feed, or house. That was, I think, part of Palpatine's plan with the Trade Federation blockades and things, so that they could withhold resources from planetary systems and from people, so that they would get more and more disenfranchised with the Republic and want them to be part of the Empire. And with the Empire, then of course all the resources are available. So they're trying to make it like, look, you get fed, you get housed, you get peace, you get freedom. With the Empire, where it was sort of imposed. Right. And if you truly want to be free, then you don't have access to food or shelter or safety and all of those kind of things. So how bad would the Republic might have been was because we're right in this era. Got a whisker. We're right in the era where the Empire and Palpatine was impacting those things from like the Trade Federation and the Techno Union, all that kind of stuff. So, uh, Spencer, hello! You just finished the new episode. I really, really liked it. I hope you enjoyed it as well. How far away am I from 4,000? I checked that out this morning, Stormy. I get up every day and I check my stats. Interesting thing with YouTube, with the live streams, especially, is that it doesn't update watch hours until overnight. You can check back 8 hours, 10 hours later, like on this morning stream, and the watch hours still won't go up. It happens in the middle of the night. All of a sudden, they tick way up. So from yesterday's stream, we're now over 2,600 hours. So we're coming up on our 3,000 hour mark. Hopefully today or over the weekend, we'll get to that 2,700 and continue to get 100 or 200 hours every week from folks like you stopping in to watch some of our content. Thank you so much, Stormy. Found it odd that Tarkin slagged off the Bad Batch as being unreliable to carry out orders and uses Crosshair to lead the recruits. Isn't it counter to the point he was making? Well, it is, Mark, except that Crosshair is the exception, right? His inhibitor chip worked. The other Bad Batch members, it did not work. So, and you also saw at the very beginning of the episode, they were doing another treatment on Crosshair to make sure that his inhibitor chip was working at maximum efficiency. They even mentioned that he was at maximum health, right? So they're making sure that that inhibitor chip does not fail, so that his actions are controlled. And because he is one of these enhanced clones, that he is especially fit for leading. And because he's a clone, he has an inhibitor chip. So now Tarkin can trust, at least for now, and he kind of even talks, he says kind of those words, right? At least for now, this is working with Crosshair because he's being controlled, he's enhanced, and he's able to train these conscripts. And we see him even bring them in line when they're unwilling to cross that line. So it was really, really interesting. Yeah, it probably sits at midnight PST. That's probably true, Mark, on the hours, and probably updates. So like 3 a.m. That's for me. I guess he's implying Crosshair doesn't count as a Bad Batch anymore. Well, I think Tarkin's eye is still on him. He's still a little questioning. But for now, the inhibitor chip's working. The Kaminoans are testing it, and they are ensuring that Crosshair stays in line. And Crosshair, you see, is struggling a bit because he knows, part of his brain knows that what he's doing is wrong, that he's kind of going against his own will on this, but the chip is something he can't resist. And so he's following in line, which is what Omega says. Omega says, it's not his fault, guys, right? That chip makes him do these things. And I think that's exactly it. And yes, I do think the Wrecker's Sorehead was that chip trying to kick in. Sort of mentioned during the live stream. I do think that's the case, that Wrecker's chip is kicking in, is giving him a migraine. And we know Tech is working to try to counter that. And perhaps that will be it be his first test subject, right? Yeah, he'll be able to put some sort of device up against sort of like a scan Wrecker's brain and turn off that chip. And if that's the case, then you don't have to do surgery to go remove the chip. You don't have to do brain surgery. Rather, you can just kind of disable it with non-intrusively, right? Good episode. I liked it more than last week's. Crosshair is becoming a cool, menacing villain, right? And again, we mentioned like it's primarily for kids, right? But it's also fantastic content for just Star Wars fans of all ages, because Crosshair is a very complex character. He's a villain, but he also is one of the Bad Batch, and he's wrestling with those two roles against one another. Very good. Tarkin's trust seems to rely 100% on civilian murder. Oh, Oh, yes, if you can kill civilians, then you're trustworthy. Oh my goodness. Crosshair is Decker. Yeah, from the 18. Yeah, they'll fry the chip. Exactly, Mark. So I think that's what tech is working on. It'll just like sizzle it, and it'll be disabled, and that will be a device they're able to use on clones. And I suspect at some point they'll use it on Crosshair, and he'll be able to think more correctly. And then Crosshair, as you mentioned here, Decker from the 18, Crosshair is going to have to deal with that guilt of murdering civilians, of betraying his squad, shooting Wrecker. They even mentioned at the beginning, Hunter tells Wrecker, remember, he shot you. He goes, oh, yeah, he did. That hurt. Oh, it was good. It was good. So that's what we've got going on there. Folks, I think we're going to kind of wrap it up for now. I do have the figure reviews coming later today. I'll do it as a live premiere. I'll record the review and then put it up as a premiere, and I'll be online to discuss the figure. Again, I got this Boba Fett because Boba Fett does show up in season 2 of The Mandalorian, and I've got that Slave 1 coming, so he'll fit in. I know this is not the Mandalorian Boba Fett, and this is from Return of the Jedi. All of the paint and all of that is reminiscent of Return of the Jedi, and his body form, right? So when you see him in, Boba Fett, exactly. With his body being older, the armor doesn't fit quite as well. Plus, it's been in the Sarlacc, so that's there as well. So we'll be reviewing Boba Fett and talking about him later today. Guys, I hope that you have a fantastic day. Look forward to talking with you all soon. Again, just a reminder, on our Discord, we'll be talking about that latest Thrawn novel. We're up to chapter 10. Last week we talked up through chapter 5. Today we'll talk up to chapter 10. Depending on where folks are in the book, and have that discussion. It's a book club, so that's the that's the context there. So I hope you all have a great day. Come join our Discord. If you've not been a member of our Discord, come find us. We'd love to see you there and love to talk about Star Wars. And until we see you, my friends, I hope that you have a fantastic day. And Merry Christmas. May the Force be with you. Bye-bye.